Well, hello YouTube, and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. I'm so excited to show you guys this card. I absolutely love it. It did take me two hours and 43 minutes from start to finish. That's with writing everything down, cutting cardstock for this one. So a lot of time spent into thinking about this card, but I absolutely think it's beautiful. And I designed it for my mother-in-law's birthday, which is this month, which is I'm filming in March. So excuse the envelope, as my original envelope didn't work out and I only have one more piece. And we're going to use that one for this, but this is the card. So it's absolutely beautiful. I'm so pleased with it. I really, really am. So, and we're making an envelope out of some DSP, but I needed to make at least one envelope. So let me put this aside and let's go over what we're doing. So April 2023, this is one of my Saturday videos. This is video number 2. Petal Park Bundle, Regency Park DSP, Very Best Occasions, and Limited Edition. Limited Edition is simply on the back, that's made with love. And I'm using very old piece of DSP because I needed something large enough to make my envelope. This is from Pocket Full of Posies DSP. And this is the side this will go. This was my original one, and I'm like, okay, that's not going to fit the card I prepped. So that one I'll have to make a card for, but this one will do it. So, what shall we do first? Let's go over everything you're going to need. Put the whiteboard down to the side. Okay, so card base. My notes are a little messy here, and I apologize, but that's just the way it ended up being. So I've got my supplies to show you. So we have a basic white piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 11. Real easy to make this size because it's the whole sheet this way, and it's 11 this way, 5.5 this way, and scored at 5.5. Real simple, but I was inspired by this card I had sitting out. Isn't this was so beautiful? This was part of an I couldn't attend. I don't think this was an online thing we did. My upline did this. Absolutely beautiful. It was a Saturday event. I'm drawing a blank, guys. Just sorry. But anyways, Miss Gina Tudela. I know that much. Just so happens. So we have Night of Navy is our next layer, which is going to cover the entire basic white. That's 5.5 by 5.5. Our next layering piece is this striped piece from the Petal Park, and I'm going to cut this down with you because I wanted these blue lines. I didn't want it wonky, so I actually cut some off of here and some off here, so I got the blue Night of Navy lines right where I wanted them. So we're going to cut that down to 5 by 5. Next, I had to cut, this is another DSP layer, and it was like this. I cut it to 4 3/4 by 4 3/4. Then I turned it this way and I cut it on the diagonal, and that gave me this piece, which is, you'll see, the opposite piece for here. So I don't have to cut another one. I already have it. Then I'm going to do this. I did the same thing with this one. Cardstock. I had, this is Balmy Blue, and it's 4 7/8 by 4 7/8. And I cut it on the diagonal, and it's going to get married to this piece here for our card. Next, cardstock. You need enough for some of the punches. We have the decorative circle punch, the Label Me Lovely punch, and Label Me Fancy. So those, hopefully I remember they're on the magnet. At least 2.5 by 2.5 for the decorative circle, 2.5 by 2.5 for the Label Me Lovely. Basic white, you need at least 1 1/4 by 2. Okay, and this is what we're stamping our sentiment on. You will need scrap of basic white. And it at least 3/4 of an inch to do little leaves. And you're going to need 6 of these leaves. You're going to need basic white. Hopefully you guys can still see this. Basic white for the flowers, 3 by 3. And let me show you those. I'm going to do this twice for you because we're going to need 6 of these flowers. So you're going to need 2 of those. And you're going to need basic white for the leaves. I already have my leaves done, but I wanted to show you. And then I'm going to color them in, but I already have them fussy cut because there's no dye for that. Then what else do we have? For the envelope, you'll need a 9 by 9 piece in the envelope punch board. You're going to start at 4 1/4. Inks is Memento Blue, Balmy Blue, Mossy Meadow, Sweet Sorbet, and Petal Pink. And blends, I'm using light blue. So let's get started. We are going to do our envelope first. Just get it out of the way. So I'm going to score on the opposite side. This is the outside of my envelope. So my punch board here, and I'm using the, yikes, there's something glued to that. It's going to stay there. So you need to start off at 4 1/2. So start with the punch all the way to the right in that little opening. And I like to score 3 times. It's just my preference. So I'm going to turn and I'm going to line this up here. I don't know how I got so messed up with the other one. You're going to punch and score 4 times. So you're going to see me do it 4 times. Line your score line up with that little bit that sticks out of the punch. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to turn. Here we go. And we're going to punch. 1, 2, 3. Now we're all done with our punch board. I'm going to stick that back down below. And we are going to fold and crease, fold and crease. And you can see it starts to take on that square. Fold and crease. And this is going to be a much better envelope than the one I did. So how am I going to close this up? Well, I'm going to take glue and only do it on the side flaps. Come on, glue. Work with me here. We were just working together just fine. So just like that, close her up. Now on this side, well, you can see this on the bottom half. Maybe it's a little confusing if I turn it for somebody. So there is our envelope, and this will get glued down when we mail it, which it will be mailed. So my envelope is all done. Next, let's move on to our card layers. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut this one down too. So I'm going to need my guillotine. Where did you go? Ouch. I just hit my scar. Okay. So we need this. Let me just show you. This is 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. Okay. So I need to take off, a little bit. I want to bring this piece to 5 1/4. So how I'm going, oh no, to 5. Let me check. Where's my thing? I want to make sure I get it right. Okay. Nope. Layer number 1 is 5 by 5. So how I'm going to do this, I'm going to look at my blue lines, and they almost line up. This blue line and this blue line almost line up perfectly. So I'm going to just place that on the guillotine and cut. And I'm going to turn it, get it to 5. And this here, I'm using, you can use on the inside. I used a piece from the other one. Now, going horizontally, I don't need to worry about where I cut it. I just need to cut it. So that's our first piece. And I already have the other pieces done, so why don't we glue these in their rightful place? And I do, if I had a, you know, I could have done a solid Night of Navy, which would have been pretty. I didn't think about that. I could have done a solid Night of Navy card base and not covered the white, but it's all right. When I started, I usually start with a white card base. I could always put a piece of Night of Navy on also on the inside. So I want my stripes going up and down vertically. And I know I'm not using the pretty flowers, but the stripes, I think, just add with those little tiny ones. I think that goes really well. So this is just going in the center. Next are our Balmy Blue and our second piece of DSP. And actually, I really like using large pieces of DSP like this because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with all this cardstock. So this gives me, let me move that aside because this is a very tiny border around the whole thing. Once again, I really stepped out of my comfort zone with this card, and I hope you all like it as much as I do, and I'm sure she will like it. My mother would have loved it. I think of her all the time when I make something with flowers. My mother would lay out in her garden, lay out there and pull weeds out of that garden of hers. She had gorgeous flowers. I do have some of her flowers in my flowers, some lilies. I have a couple of varieties. So I'm having it open this way. So next we're going to go ahead and glue. We're not going to glue this one, but we're going to glue our decorative circle and our Label Me Lovely together. And I just willy-nilled it. I wanted it to be, you know, I didn't want to, I just glued it down there. And this now is going to take its rightful place right up here. And that will be, you could pop that up on dimensionals. I might, but we're going to do some stamping on this piece. And let's do so now. So I need my Stampin' Pierce mat. And I had a little piece of scratch paper I was working with here. There it is, my scratch paper. Let's fold it. This was me trying to make an envelope, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that will not work. So I want to do, from the very best occasions, we have Happy Birthday. And I'm thinking now that, yes, no, we're going to do it this way. I'm not going to make it harder than it needs to be. So I had to fussy cut this last time. Walk that stamp all over your stamp pad. Okay. You know what? Let's just take it off here because you can't see it and I can't see how to line it up. So I want Happy Birthday to be to the left because I have a flower going over to the right. And we're going to flop that over. This is probably one of those where my sticker is not straight. So I might have to fussy cut, but we'll see what we get. Oh, no, that one worked. I cocked it a little more because I could see that that was, oh, we're going to need this again as I want to do on my sample. I didn't do this because I forgot, but I want to do these little, this is a two-step stamp, means it has an outline and the, you know, solid image. So we're going to stamp now some floral on here. So this is the pattern. I want to add some of that here. And I think here, I'm going to add some down here. And probably right like so. Here my other flower is going to be, so I don't need to add anything to that. And oh, the little dots. Oh, these are so cute. Let's go ahead and bring those in. Just a little peek. Tie it in with our large leaf image. So now we're going to bring in Mossy Meadow. I'm not going to close that up because we're going to be using this quite a bit here. So I'm going to stamp off. Stamp off. I tend to like stamping off. Let's see, I'm trying to line up that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that lined up so perfectly. Even when I'm not trying, I can't hardly see unless I'm on top of it. Excellent. And you know something with these is you don't have to be perfect and it still looks so good. It really does. Okay, so to me that is, when you set it on there, it's going to bring in this that's down there. So I already stamped in, where's mine to show you? I stamped in Black Memento. I took the large leaf pattern, stamped in Mossy Meadow, stamped off, and then stamped to get my floral image here. But what I did on the other one, now I outlined the whole thing in Balmy Blue. We're not going to do that on this one. We are just going to Balmy Blue this bit in here with the light Balmy Blue. I just want to get rid of some of this stark whiteness that's in here. All of these little dottage and all that I want covered in. And there's a flower going right there, so I'm not really concerned with that. But I do want, like this bit, I want in. So this bit, we'll go ahead and bring that in. And over here. And I really am just scribbling. So that's all I want to do with that. Do I want to go any further? Nope. I'm just going to draw a little bit over there to bring it in there. I just didn't like that there was so much white in there, so I'm covering it up with Balmy Blue. I did do the outline on everything else. So this image is going to go beautifully here. And I'm thinking the light Balmy Blue looked... Okay, we're going to do the whole thing. I want it all done in Balmy Blue. So I'm taking my Balmy Blue and I am just outlining wherever that white edge is in between those flowers, just touching it a bit. I think it looks better just for this card because we're using Balmy Blue. I'm not sure I will do this on all of mine. I didn't on the last project, but this one, the Balmy Blue, it just kind of, I don't know. Looking at my card over there, I like it. I'm not going to do the flowers like I did on the other one. Just this greenery. And I like the brush tip because just feather light on here is all it takes. So just tap in between those little branches. Oops. So I'm not doing in the leaves. I'm not doing that. I'm just doing the outline. Yep. Let's see. There's a little bit more. Not sure if I'm in camera doing this. And let me show you. Okay. So I just outlined all of that. Now this, we're going to go ahead. We need that left out for the moment. We are going to go ahead and put this in its place but we're going to furl the ends of our leaves. Then I'm going to take the glue, going to put my glue, let's see, right there. So I just want the little edges of the leaves up. Okay, this is done for the moment. Happy birthday is done for the moment. I'm going to set this aside and we're going to bring in our leaves. I told you I was going to show you. I did the same thing. Where is my... Here we go. Because I need, I think, one more leaf. So stamp off and stamp on. And I think I am done with the mossy meadow. At least until the inside of the card. So where's my punch? Oh, down below. Like, come on. I didn't lose it all. So I stamped more leaves because I know I'm going to be using this more. So, like, stamp some more. More than I needed because right here are all my little leaves. So we're done with that. Now we're going to work on our gorgeous flowers. Now, to do these flowers the way I did them, let me hold the card up. I actually did 3 different stampings, and I'm going to show you how. You're going to start with black memento. I already have one done. I wanted to show you. So I'm doing it this way on this piece of cardstock. So when I punch it, I have here and here. Now, you're going to need to clean this off. You're going to, everything keeps falling out of my, I've got this little shelf by my feet that I got things set on. So I'm going to need this quite a bit. And the paper to do stamping off onto. So we're done with our solid image. We're going to use it again, but right now we're going to concentrate on, sorry, we're done with the outline image. We're going to concentrate with the solid image. And the first one we're going to work with is Balmy Blue. Now, in my first Saturday video, you saw me, I just used the corner of my ink pad to ink it up. I'm going to stamp off and then stamp my flower. I'm going to turn this around and we're going to repeat this process. So we're going to start just with the corner, stamp off, and stamp our flower. Now I need to clean it off because I need to do the others. And I'm going to close that up because we're going to use that for the inside. So next we're going to bring in Petal Pink. And we are going to do these 2 flowers in Petal Pink. And you know what? We're going to stamp off. So stamp off. And I'm going to turn it so it fits right there. And we're going to turn this and we're going to repeat process again because we got 2 to punch out. And it really doesn't take that long. So I'm going to turn it this way now and stamp. Oops. Okay, so we're going to clean this off because now we're going to stamp in Sweet Sorbet. Just the large flower. We're going to need Petal Pink again. Like I said, 3 stampings of each flower. So in the corner here, going to stamp off. And let's see if I can do this way. Now, I am going to choose to go a little off of where it really needs to be. See how it's not quite there? That's on purpose. So once again, I'm going to stamp off. And now I'm going to do this bottom flower. And I don't want it quite perfect. I want it just a little off because I want you to see a little bit of that petal pink in there. So that one is all done. Now we're coming back to our outline imagery. And we're going to start with, sorry, we are going to start with the Balmy Blue Full Strength. So Balmy Blue. And I don't want it perfectly on there. I want it a little off of the black. I want to, for you can see it, but I liked that second stamping full strength. So let's see right here. And now I got to clean it off again, of course, but wow, it really does make a difference. I was surprised myself. So back to Petal Pink. And now we're just going to do this flower in the full strength Petal Pink. And I don't want it exactly lined up. I want it off. So full strength Petal Pink again. And like I said, we want it a little off. Really, really, really like this. And last but not least, we're bringing in the Sweet Sorbet Full Strength. And I just tipped the corner in there. So full strength. And it's okay if the petals don't line up because I don't want them to. I want it to be off kilter, which is so unlike me. But it works with this. It works with it. So there we go. And I can set that one aside, and I'm all done with the Sweet Sorbet with Petal Pink. And I just want to get these out of here for the moment. We are not done with the Balmy Blue. So Balmy Blue is going to go aside. Now we're going to do our punching. So I'm going to put this in here, line her up. And if you looked at the DSP really close up, it does have that light and dark of the colors in it. So that's why I chose to do it 3 times. I liked the Memento first. Let's see, that looks good. So there's my flowers. And I'm going to put the punch down here below so it's out of the way. And you can hear things falling. So give them my flowers here. So next we're going to rough up the edges of all of our little flowers. You could probably do them 2 at a time in your hand, but I can hardly grip them as it is. By the way, the weather here today is absolutely beautiful, and they say it's supposed to snow. I can't even start things in the greenhouse yet because this weather has been just crazy. And we're using dimensionals on this card, but oh my gosh, it is so, so pretty. And I really think that added stamping on the Label Me Fancy punch is going to really make it pop. So let's bring in our card. See how that just brings out that greenery in here. And here's all my little leaves already done. So dimensional time. We need 1 for this one, the large one, and there's this little indent right here with these 2 flowers, and one of those little leaves sits right in there. And I really don't care right now which one it is, it's just as long as one little petal's in there because it's popped up. So we are going to, oops, I need to put leaves on all of my little flowers. So I'm going to add a dab of glue here. Give it a pinch and let it sit. I want those a little farther out. And then these are getting, this one is getting one. Just one for this little blue one. Gonna give it a pinch and let her sit. And this one is not getting one, but this one is getting two. So this little flower is getting two. Nope, this little one is getting one. One is getting one and one is getting two. Don't know why I had to choose which one is which, but oh, yeah, this one is the 2 one. I'm like, something's wrong here. I'm missing petals, but I already put 2 together for this flower. All right, so this large one is going to go right here. And I'm thinking I want this now up on dimensionals, and you can see how I messed up there. So we're going to have quite a bit. I just think it needs to be popped up. Oops, almost put it up, upside down. So there we have it. Ooh. Now this is going to be right here, and it's going to get 2 leaves. So I want that one here. I might put, yes. Okay, so I'm going to glue a little different. I'm going to put a dab of glue there for this leaf. And then, see, this one's going to go right there. And this one, I think, is going to go there. Ooh, yes. So this one, I'm actually just going to put glue underneath it and sit it. This one is not going on dimensionals. This one is just getting glue. And I want one of these openings of the petals to kiss happy. And I think I will put a dimensional, a little one, underneath that little leaf. And since it's an afterthought, I have to pick it up with my little needle because it just needs a little bit of support there. Yeah, it needed that little support, but I really like the placement of that. This little one is going to get glued straight down. No dimensionals for these. There's 2 that are not going to have any dimensionals. So it's this one and the one we glued our little leaf to. Those just are hanging out there. Next, we have this one, which is going to get 2 dimensionals, 2 minis. One for the leaves and one for the flowers. So center of the flower and leaves. And this one I'm bringing right there underneath that little petal. This one now, look, I have an extra leaf. Ooh, it's okay. This one is going to get a mini little dimensional here. And oh, this card is so pretty. So pretty. Gonna have to figure out where I can add that little leaf to. Should I add it here? I want that one right there. I think we will. I think I'm gonna, you know what, I don't even need that. I'm just gonna add a dimensional to the back of it. It doesn't need any glue. It's not going to need it. And we are gonna tuck this one right. Ooh, yes. Oh, I absolutely love it. Love it. And the more I work, with this set, the more that it strikes me is how much I think it's so pretty. Oh, okay. Yes, time to get some gorgeous things on here. So I don't have any rhinestones. See if I can do anything different. Those would be pretty, but that's not gonna work. No. You know what? We are going to use these polished dots. I want it to be different. So let's do something a little different. I don't know if these are Pale Papaya or Petal Pink, but they are going to work for what we need. So a large one here on the Petal Pink flowers in Petal Pink. I'm assuming this is Petal Pink. Then the clear ones on the Sweet Sorbet flowers. Ooh. Okay. Now my little balmy blue, of course, is going to get the clear ones. Let's see. We want a wee little one. Really, really pretty. But I'm thinking I want to add one here, and maybe a little one here. And I want that one to be Petal Pink. Ooh, I like that. So maybe two little Petal Pinks up here. Oh, hold on. Let's do a clear one up here. And then just a few more. I'm going to do a little Petal Pink one here. And a clear one there. Oh, yes. Okay. So we still have to stamp the inside of the card, so don't go nowhere, okay? And I hope you guys think this card is as beautiful as I think. I'm really, really, really excited about it. So, Winka Stella. Of course it needs Winka Stella. So, I love that Winka Stella, you don't have to be precise. There's nothing too precise about it. Just brush that good stuff on there. We're going to go ahead and do some leaves on here. Let me see if I can see it. Oh, gorgeous. Okay. Winka Stella. Now we have this for the inside of our card. And we are going to put Night and Navy on the inside of this card. I want to do that. So this will be the one I send to my mother-in-law. So I need 5.5. Let's see, 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 to put an insert piece. And I'm doing it just because I can. And I want to. So 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 because I'm going to leave a border. So this is extra. Sorry, I just, can't help myself. 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then I need a piece of basic white that is 5 by 5. And you only get one birthday a year, so let's send a gorgeous, gorgeous card for that day. Maybe if I can get a piece of basic white out of the section. So here we go. We're going to do 5 by 5. And now we can on it just so. Now, our sentiment from Very Best Occasions is sending you smiles for every moment of your special day. And we want this in the center. Now, we have used, as of right this minute, we have used every stamp in Petal Park. And look what I did. I have it on my fingers. Not good. So I got to flip it over. Okay. One more time. Do not touch the black Memento pad. I need to clean it, apparently. So Sending you smiles for every moment of your special day. I'm going to walk that one around here. I'm going to stamp it here. And I'm going to stamp it right there. Then I'm going to bring in the Balmy Blue. And where are the little flowers? All right, you're hiding. There we go. So Balmy Blue. But first, before I stamp, I'm going to stamp off. Yes, we're going to do that 3-step process. You don't really have to on the inside, but I want to. I want to tie it all in the same. Oh, so pretty. So this little one, I need to clean off. Let's cover up the memento. Now my outline image, I'm going to take Full Strength Balmy Blue. I am not going to stamp it perfectly on there on purpose. Trying to figure out where this one goes. Oh, yes. Okay. Balmy Blue to the side. We have our little strip from our DSP we're adding to the bottom of this. You could even cut that down in half and have one at the bottom and the top. But I just want it at the bottom. And then when this is on that Night of Navy, it's really going to stand out. Oh! Okay. I need to make an order, but I'm really holding off until April. Just order everything at one time. So, next, glue this piece now onto the Night of Navy. I'm going to have to add another layer into my directions. I need to fill up my bottle. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And that is going on the inside. I want to move that away from me. This is going on the inside of the card. Squiggle, 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 squiggle. So let's see. Oh, oh yeah, the Night of Navy. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Inside and out. Absolutely gorgeous. But don't forget, because this is, birthday card, we're going to put Made with Love here right on the back. And I bet I'm going to get ink on me. I did. So, Made with Love. You could even do those little balmy blue flowers again back there, but we're not going to for the moment. Let me clean my hands off again. And let's get our envelope, the correct one this time. And it is going to be gorgeous. Look at that. I just want to show you. It does work. It does go in there. Now, how am I going to address it? I'm going to cut me. It's stuck. There. Got to make sure I got all my little leaves tucked in there. That is a little piece of work, and a lot of love is in this card. So envelope, which is not too bad for not being anything. It's the only 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, piece of DSP I thought would work because I don't have any typing paper. But I hope that you like this video. I really do, because I absolutely love it. I know it's 45 minutes, but hey, this is a beautiful card, and I hope that you give it a try. And if you don't have the DSP and you have the stamp set, use some DSP you have. But more than anything, I want to tell you guys, thank you so much for being there and for watching my videos, for subscribing, for hitting the like button. And I want to invite you back to my wonderland. Bye-bye now.